sketch the polar plot for the given open loop transfer function and find the system gain margin and phase margin. So the given open loop transfer function is g of s is equal to 1 by s square into 1 plus s into 1 plus 2s. So this is the given open loop transfer function. So for this open loop transfer function, we have to draw the or sketch the polar plot. And not only that, we have to find gain margin and phase margin also. So we have 4 steps to sketch the polar plot. So for that, the first step is we have to convert the given open loop transfer function in which is in S domain into the frequency domain. So simply substitute S is equal to j omega in this open loop transfer function. Then we will get the g of j omega, which is in frequency domain. That is 1 by j omega whole square into 1 plus j omega into 1 plus 2j omega. Now this is in frequency domain. So for this, just identify the corner frequencies as we have done in the Bode plot also. So in a similar way, the corner frequency for this term is 0.5 radians per second, and for this term is 1 radian per second. So for this term, you'll get 0.5 radians per second, and for this term it is 1 radian per second. So this is step 1. Coming to the step 2, we have to calculate the magnitude as well as angle expressions. So for that, what we do is simply see g of j omega is a complex number. So for a given complex number, we can convert into a polar form, right? So we have to take the magnitude at an angle. So for that, you have to take each and every term magnitude and its angle. Each and every term magnitude and its angle. Each and every term magnitude and its angle. So this is j omega whole square. That's why we will get here omega square at an angle of 180 degree. Similarly, 1 plus j omega, which means under root 1 plus omega square at an angle of tan inverse omega. For this term also, square root of 1 plus 4 omega square at an angle of tan inverse 2 omega. So this is simple conversion from complex form to polar form. So I wanted to bring the total angles to the numerator. So in the denominator, if the angle is positive, then it will become negative when we bring it to the numerator. So that's why here the plus 180 becomes minus 180, plus tan inverse omega becomes minus tan inverse omega, and plus tan inverse 2 omega becomes minus tan inverse 2 omega. So this will be the angle, and the magnitudes will be 1 by omega square into square root of 1 plus omega square into square root of 1 plus 4 omega square. And this will be our required magnitude for the given open loop system, and this will be our angle expression for our system. Okay. So using these expressions, so the magnitude will be simplified further. So just multiply these 3 terms and simplify them, then we will get the simplified expression for the magnitude, and take the magnitude expression and angle expression to compute step number 3. So this step number 3 is used to draw the polar plot in the polar graph sheet. In the polar graph sheet, we have to plot the polar plot. So for that, see, we have got 2 corner frequencies, 0.5 and 1. So only 2 frequencies we are having. So to get the accurate plot, consider few points below the corner frequencies and in between the corner frequencies. So below 0.5, take 2 points. In between the corner frequencies, you may consider 3 to 4 points also. So totally, we need to get around 7 to 8 points so that we can draw the polar graph properly or precisely. So for that purpose, here 0.5, 0.45, 0.5, 0.55, 0.6, 0.65, 0.7, 0.75, and 1. These points has been taken. These are not mandatory values. If you want to take, you can take 0.4. You want to take 0.8 also, you can take, no problem. 0.9 also, you can take, no problem. That's your wish. All these omega values are assumed values to draw the polar plot precisely or accurate. Now we have the first row is omega value. The second row is the magnitude. So we have the magnitude expression. Substitute this omega value in this expression and compute the magnitude. And the third row is the angle. So we know the angle expression here. Similarly, substitute the omega value here and get the angle and draw here. So likewise, for all the omega values, calculate this table 1, which is our step number 3. So this table 1 will be used to plot the polar plot in the polar graph sheet. So the polar graph can be plotted in two types of graph sheets. One is polar graph sheet and the second one is a rectangular graph sheet, which is also called as normal graph sheet. So in order to draw on the normal graph sheet, we have to convert this step 3 into rectangular form. So the step number 3 will be like, see a magnitude, which is a magnitude of open loop transfer function at an angle of open loop transfer function. So mod of G at an angle G. So this is polar form representation. And if you want to write in the rectangular form, we have real and imaginary values, right? So open loop real value plus imaginary value, right? So J into G imaginary. So this is rectangular form representation and this is polar form representation. So if you want to plot the polar graph in the normal graph sheet or rectangular graph sheet, then this step 4 will be used. This polar coordinate system into rectangular coordinate system. Of course, this is you have done previously in the mathematics subject as well as in the electrical subject. There we have converted polar coordinates into rectangular coordinates directly using the calculator. So use calc and convert and compute the step 4. So in the step 4 also we have 3 rows. First row is omega, second row is real value of the G of J omega, third row is imaginary value. So directly you can convert and place these values, right? So these are the 4 steps. And now using step 3 we will draw polar graph. Using step 4 we will draw a rectangular graph. So let's see, any of the graph using polar graph or in rectangular graph, we will get the same answers, which means for the gain margin or phase margin, you'll get the same answers with the help of polar graph as well as the rectangular graph. Okay, so first we will draw the polar graph using step number 3. And this will be the polar graph. It will look like this, having a straight line and number of circles. Here you can see the number of circles. And this is our positive x-axis. X-axis or simply starts from 0 degree. So from 0, if we go clockwise direction, we will have minus angles. If we go anti-clockwise direction, upwards, then we will have positive angle. So each and every line determines the 10-degree angle. So this line 10 degree, this is 20 degree line, this is 30 degree line, this is 40 degree line, and so on. If you go downwards, which is clockwise direction, then it will be minus 10 degree line, minus 20, minus 30, and minus 40, like that. So the angle lines are fixed. Then what about the circles? So we can take the scale for the circles. So here one circle is equal to 0.1 magnitude. This is the scale here he has chosen. Of course, you can take any of the magnitude. One circle is equal to 0.05 magnitude also. You can take it, so that this graph will become little larger. Okay, and you can see these are the number of circles. So one circle, sorry, so one circle represents 0.1. So this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 up to 1. So this is the 1 magnitude, 2, 3. Likewise, we can keep the magnitudes. And first and foremost, in the polar graph, in the polar plot, we have to draw a unity circle. For each and every polar plot, we have to draw a unity circle, whether it is on the polar graph sheet or whether it is on the rectangular graph sheet. Whatever may be the graph sheet, you have to draw the unity circle. Unity circle means the radius of the circle is 1. So draw the unity circle and use step 3. Use step 3. You can see the first value is a 3.3 magnitude, but the angle is minus 246. So 3.3 is the magnitude. So this is the 3 line, 3 circle. So this will be the 3 circle here, right? So 3.3 means here, it may get here, third line from the 3 circle, and around 246. This is 240 and this is 250 line. So in between. So mark this point. Similarly, we have to mark all the points and combine all these points with a free hand so that we will get the polar plot. So this will be the polar plot. So from this polar plot, we need to get the gain margin as well as the phase margin. So for the phase margin, from 0 degree, check the angle where this polar plot is cutting this unity circle. And this is approximately on 270 degrees line. So that's why 180 minus 270, which is minus 90 degree. And this polar plot has to cross this minus 180 degree line to get the gain margin, but it is not crossing.